No, you might have.
Oh, brilliant, 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 brilliant. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at the gallery view and see who we've got. Right, folks are coming in now.
There's Lisa.
Very good. Right, okay, good, brilliant. Yeah, get your cameras on if you don't mind. It just makes it all a little bit more interactive. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for being here. I hope you're reading me loud and clear. A special guest with us today, yet another one. And I always get quite excited about these calls because we're going to dig into, the before and the after LaunchYou moment with Christin. If any questions come up for you while we're chatting, I suggest you get them typed into the chat in order that we can deal with them democratically, and you don't forget or whatever. Just get them down, and once we've got to know a little bit more about Christin, we'll open this up to a Q&A to give you folks an opportunity to dig a little bit deeper should you feel moved to do so. Okay, so thank you very much all for being here. Mitch, would you like to say hello to your people?
No, hello everybody. Hello. There's a new name, Rangitata Nats. Wendy, what's happened to your name?
Morning. I'm trying to change it as I'm sitting here looking.
No, you can stay as Rangitata Nats. That's just brilliant.
I don't know how that came up.
It sounds like you've been to an ashram.
Hi, Ingrid.
Next.
Long time no see.
Yeah, hi, Christin.
Okay.
Hi, everyone.
Okay. Okay. Well, if we're all gathered, there may be a few more people that are going to turn up, but this meeting is being recorded, so that will go out to everybody. Let's just get rolling with this. So we're going to, very big welcome to Christin. Thank you very much for being with us. You're joining us from Bergen in Norway. I believe you're on the west coast there. So
Yes.
for anyone who doesn't know you, could you please give us a brief picture of your career history before LaunchYou and what brought you to the point of looking for something different, Christin?
Okay. Yes. Hi, everybody. Nice to be here. Thank you for having me. Yeah, my name is Christine, actually. I've been in the travel industry for corporate travel for 28 years before I joined LaunchYou in 2022. So yeah, I was in sales, project management, marketing, yeah, different roles in the travel industry. As John explained, at least in his invite, I was a little bit unlucky with my bosses sometimes, and yeah, so decided not to accept that anymore. And at the same time, I was tired of what I've been doing for 28 years. So I felt that I needed some new impulses and yeah, do something else. So yeah.
Oh, sorry. You had already started your own business, hadn't you?
Yeah, in 2016, I started my own business. That was in the same industry. So I did continue my product management for companies going abroad as a group or congresses and conferences. Yeah.
Yeah. So God, so just tell us. I mean, not. So I know I said brief, but not quite so brief. Tell us. Go on. Just tell us a little bit more. Just expand a little bit more, please, Christine. Just on that, on the before moment, and what brought you to that moment.
Yeah, so I did start my own business in 2016, and that went well for 3-4 years, and then COVID hit, so I had to close that down. we went into the lockdown, and yeah, nothing happened during that time. And on the other side of the lockdown, I had to apply for new jobs. And that wasn't as easy as I expected it to be, because I do have a lot of experience and knowledge, and yeah, but actually my age was kind of an obstacle for me. I was closing up to 50, and yeah, that worked against me actually when applying for new jobs. So but I did eventually get a new job, and then again for the third time I had a boss that wasn't that nice, you could say. Um, and that was the time where I started in LaunchYou. Yeah.
Yeah, who would have thought you were too old at 50? Hey.
No.
So when you started with LaunchYou, what did you do first, and how long did it take before you started to see results, Christine?
So I started with affiliate marketing. So I started in September to 2022, and started learning, of course, in Launchpad, um, and got my business up and running. And by November, I had my first sale. And that was really exciting. It was more than $30 or something I earned on my first sale, but still, it was evidence that it actually works, and yeah, I can do this. So yeah, and also I've created my own some of my own products. Started with some small digital products, PDFs, and a workshop, and yeah, some stuff. And but mainly I've been doing the affiliate route up until the end of 2025. So as when you advertise, at least the way it worked before, you can have one good ad running for a very long time. But now with the changes in Meta, it requires some, yeah, different takes on it. So my experience was that I had one very good ad running for 1.5 years, and then it started to decline. And yeah, so I had to do something different, add on more video ads, and I started working more on my own stuff so I could create something of my own, not being dependent on other people companies' products. But of course, I love the affiliate route because it's a brilliant add-on. But I would recommend people to actually create something of their own to be able to stand on your own feet first, or use the affiliate to get to know the online business space, learn, and then start creating something of your own and use the affiliate product as add-on in your business. At least that's my recommendation based on my experience. Yeah.
Yeah, so I know you built up. You said that advert worked for around about 1.5 years, and you built up a good income as a LaunchYou affiliate because we saw you all over the leaderboards. So
Yeah.
what did that look like when it was going well, and how did it feel? What did it feel like to have built something that was actually working and providing for you?
Yeah, it was great. Of course, having at the most had um how much would that be in dollars? It was 13,000 per month at the most, and then an average of 10K a month for 1.5 years on one video. When I finally nailed, of course, I created more than one video, but that was kind of that one that hit the nail yeah, on the head. So yeah,
Just
that
you
felt,
just need to mention, John, that Christine does all of this stuff in foreign, um, not English.
Yeah, we're going to get to that,
yeah.
Mitch.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to the Norwegian angle, because I think that's really interesting as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you Kristen, you said that Meta, Facebook, they changed the rules, the algorithm changed or whatever, and the income dropped pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So what did you do when that happened?
So I had built I hadn't spent all my income up until that point. So I had a good buffer, you could say, to depend on for a while. And yeah, I changed my focus, started creating my own a bit bigger products. So this time in January, I yeah, actually Mitch shared that link now. In January, I created this, or I launched this product that's it's a messaging product, because a lot of people who start businesses, they have great ideas, right? But not everyone is able to communicate it, and it's not necessarily that obvious how to communicate. But I see the major difference when you work in sales and you can be in the meeting room and kind of read the room. You're not able to do that when you advertise in digital space, because you need to know everything in advance, right? So this product is how to break down your messaging, and yeah, I've been successful with that. So I'm going to build on that one, but I'm also now working on a different product. So that's the fun of this, because you can work on and test whatever you want, right? So yeah, sky's the limit.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is something that I find interesting, is that you learn the whole Launchpad system in English.
Yeah.
And now you've chosen, I understand, I think we understand why you've chosen, you want a bit more, you want a hedge, don't you? We need more income streams. That's the idea, to kind of iron out the volatility of the income. And so now you've chosen to build a business in Norwegian. So go on, tell us more about that. You know, what is that working? What's changed since you did? How, you know, tell us a little bit more about that process.
Okay.
And
So when I started in September 22, I did everything in English, right? The learning, and I started advertising in English and testing in different countries, and I didn't feel I got that response and got that flow that I wanted at that point. I tied that to the language, kind of, because yeah, I was not a brilliant American advertiser in any kind, right? So, but not that I want to be that, but still, I felt the language barrier was kind of a disadvantage. So I actually decided when I did that one advert that did great, I decided to do that in Norwegian. And from there, it just went up. Yeah. So since that point, since February 2024, I've done everything in Norwegian. So I feel that I'm able to communicate better, explain things better, and yeah, reach my people better when I do it in Norwegian.
Yeah. And they're going to relate to you, aren't they, as well, obviously? So there may be people either on this call or watching the recording, Christine, who live in countries where English isn't the first language, or isn't even their first language. And their real market might be closer to home in their native language. So what would you say to them
I would say that try in your native language and get the feel of the whole online business space and discover what you can do in your own country, because you just need a small percentage of people to be able to run a well business, right? So it's not necessary to be like the great American advertiser or always advertise in top tier countries. I think Norway is tier 2 country, and yeah. It's not more than 5.5 million people here, but still I've reached a lot of them, at least the ones who was willing to pay.
Yes, yes.
So it's, and I think it's all in your messaging, who you target, and yeah, to target the right people.
So look, for people that are still on the fence, because these recordings, they go out to our subscribers as well.
Mhm.
One question for people watching today, okay, who haven't started. So, you know, they can see people like you, Christine, building something online with income and purpose and more freedom, perhaps, certainly working on their own terms, something that they want to do. And these people, they want that, but they're still waiting and watching. So what do you say to those people?
Oh, just start. It's not much more to say, because what do you have to lose? There's a reason you're here, and it's not too expensive to get started and get testing something. So it's basically a lunch out. It costs to start. And if you really want a change, so one step, one foot before the other. So it's not much.
In front of the other, darling. Yeah. Christin.
Yeah.
Oh, someone chipping in.
Who was that? John? Did you have a
No,
question?
no, not me, not me. We'll get to the Q&A, the open Q&A in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so just start is your recommendation.
Yeah, just do it. It's a small step to just start and see if it's something for you.
Yeah. What have you got to lose exactly? Look, we've dug a little bit into your, you know, the pre-LaunchYou moment and the journey since. We're going to hand it over to the people on the call presently. But is there anything that you want to say that we haven't covered or touched on, Christine?
I can't come up with anything right now, but maybe when the questions start coming, I might jump in and yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, look, we're going to pop in the chat where you can be found. I think you've got an Instagram, haven't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Instagram and your websites and so forth. Mitch and I will ensure that we get those into chat so people know how to get in touch with you. Okay.
Yeah.
And have there been questions coming into the chat, Mitch?
Mark Lebel is starting with a strange one, which suits Mark Lebel. Do you talk in Norwegian to the chatbots? That this chat GPT-3 and all of these things, do they talk in Norwegian to you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, there's the answer to the question. So anybody who's struggling, that's the answer. You just talk Norwegian to chat GPT-3 and you're off. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Clearly, that's the way to go. Brilliant, man. Lisa's asking a question. Lisa, do you want to come out and ask your question here?
Sure.
About the format.
Sure. Okay. Hi, Christine. It's very nice to meet you.
Hi, Lisa.
I actually have a couple of questions. So the original affiliate marketing campaign, was it a video format, an article? What format was that in? Because it was
actually I tried. Sorry, I just jump in. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, it was video, and I tried article writing as well. Had a little bit of success with that one, but it's my video that took off. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And also, you mentioned that when you're approaching 50, and I find it hard to believe that you are 50.
Actually, I'm 52.
You don't look it at all. You just look so young.
Thank you.
When you're approaching 50, you knew that you were losing out on the opportunities to younger people. How do you know that? I mean, it's one thing to not be successful with being hired, but did you find out that younger people were being hired? How did you know?
Yeah, because I applied for some jobs in the industry that I was locally in our city. And yeah, there were some examples where less experienced and much younger people got the roles that yeah, I was runner up to the yeah. So yeah, of course, nobody says
No.
it's you're too old, but you can figure out something of your own as well. I was overqualified, they say. So
Well, their loss.
Lisa, I
Yeah.
used to I do modeling, and I found the same thing.
Yes, you did, mate. Of course. It's interesting to know how you found out, because we hear a lot about the ageism and people losing out to younger people, but sometimes, how do you find out when you're in that position? But you obviously have the expertise, and yet younger people are hired. It just is so wrong.
Yeah, it is, and quite confusing. And now, after, based on where I'm now, I'm happy it happened.
Yeah.
It was meant, and that was kind of the universe telling me you're not going to do that job. So, so looking back, I'm happy with it. But it's not fair if you're
No.
actually applying for jobs and experience that. It's not fair, but their loss.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah. Thank you. It's very interesting hearing your story. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
I think you said when we had a chat a few days ago, Thursday, Christine,
Mm.
and you said that you felt that now your age was actually an advantage.
Yeah, because based on my targeting group, my dream customer avatar, we are experienced, right? So we do have 20, maybe 30 years in the corporate world, many of us. And yeah, they have more experience and more to bring in the online space, I guess, because it's quite different from me advertising and Lisa 25 is advertising, right? But I think there's someone for everyone. But I guess that we approach this online space in a much more mature, maybe, or yeah, I don't know the right word, but yeah, mature
I
way.
always used I always used to say to people, if you want to see this in practice, just open up a blank YouTube page, one that doesn't know you, because as soon as it knows you, it starts putting up stuff you want. But open up a blank YouTube page and just start looking at what's there. And as a rule of thumb, and you can go and check this afterwards, all the younger people are doing dances, stunts, skiing, ballet, things like this. But if you go in and you want to type out, how do I remove asbestos from an old building? I will promise you, everybody that comes up is one of us older geezers or geezettes in rare occasions. But it will be the older people who are telling people how to do stuff, how to get things done, and all of that. And it's the younger people who are jumping off a horse on a skateboard and clinging onto Eiffel Tower and things like that, or dancing backwards and doing funny things, because they don't have the experience and they don't have the skill. And that makes such a difference. And I think that's where we've got a strength to just looking around the room today. I'm not sure we're swamped with 25-year-olds, but if you take your experience, something that you really like, and you build that out into something, as Christin was saying earlier, you just got to find one group in the whole world who think this is useful.
Yeah.
And they trust you, and on it goes.
Okay, I think we've got Gary Kent. Would you like to unmute yourself, Gary? I think you've got something you want to ask Christine.
Yep. Hi there, John. Hi,
Hiya.
hi everyone. Hi, Christine.
Hi, Gary.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I lived in Sweden for a while, not Norway, but close anyway. So
Very close.
very close, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, my question here is really your marketing skills must have helped you a great deal getting through your message to your audience, your DCAs.
Yeah, of course, I had a clue, but I wouldn't say that was. It didn't help me actually that much because, as I mentioned, when you have I had that combination of sales and marketing, and no, I guess I talked more to people. I had a two-way conversation and could pick whatever they were saying in a meeting and kind of get back to them at once, right?
Sure, but you've had many years of doing it, right?
Yeah,
So you had lots of practice.
yeah, on the physicals.
You know how you knew how it worked. Yeah, so
Yeah, but still, I think that 80% of doing this is new to
sure.
everyone. Yeah.
I
It is a
understand.
completely new space to work in, and yeah, you have to think differently.
I guess because when someone does something completely out of this, who comes in fresh into not even, I mean, I didn't really know I could even split my screen up and have two different things I could use on my same computer, right?
Yeah.
So when you don't use a computer in the way that one does now for this, and then trying to find your way through doing all the modules, getting to a point of getting what your offer out there, waiting for someone to take the bite. And Mitch knows this because we've discussed this, but it feels like I'm fishing in a dry river at the moment. But when you're advertising out there to try and get person to, I'm trying to find ways, but of course my job has always been physical.
Yeah.
I'm a hairdresser. I stand behind the chair. I talk all day. I talk all day about the weather or
Yeah.
yeah.
You got that skill.
Yeah, I'm joking about the weather, but you know what I mean. I can talk till the cows come home, but at the end of the day, trying to find a way online how to get your message out there
Yeah.
to put to people who don't know you. That's the tricky one. That's why I said to you, doing marketing, your skills, that must have helped you. I would have thought that must have in your process, because obviously I don't know your background fully.
Yeah. I would say your skill as a hairdresser and the skill of speaking
Yeah.
is just as good as my skill in marketing because we basically start on the same level, right?
Yeah.
And of course, I have my thought processes but I kind of blanked out everything from my experience when I started to learn because I wanted to make sure that I learned everything the right way instead of assuming, yeah, of course, I know this one, so I can just jump that step, right? I did that actually in the beginning. I had to go back.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's equally important to go into this with kind of a
yeah, I know what you mean. Yes, with a fresh mind.
yes,
absolutely. I think that the thing is that at this moment in time, I'm going round in circles, waiting for my fish to grab my hook at the moment, and that's very frustrating at the moment.
I get that. I have a little tip for you. Have you
please
talked to, let's say, 5 people?
Yeah.
And just say to them, I'm thinking of creating something like this. It's the solution for a problem like this. Would you be interested? Yes, perfect. You can use them in a conversation and get more intel and insights, right? If no, well, do you know anyone who might need this?
Sure.
And they refer you to two people, right? And that's just that's a good way to start as well. You don't, oh, sorry, you don't need to go straight into or expecting everything to be 100% digital, even though it's an online business.
I understand. Yeah.
So yeah.
So basically just put an ad out there, a post out there saying, I'm looking for 5 people to come back to me if they would like to have this. Yeah.
Or you can just talk to people you meet at the store, whatever, people
Yeah.
you know, close inner circle people, and set the goal to collect 5 people that you can kind of interview and get insight.
Like you say, it doesn't have to be like you say, it can be someone outside the back door here. Yeah.
Good.
I get you. I think the thing is, I guess at the end of the day, I've been so much focused on trying to find a way through the online bit, you see, because I've been working really hard at getting to this point in time, and now I'm at I'm on that hill at the moment, and I'm almost on the other side, but it's just that little bit to go.
Yeah.
And but I'll get there, and we'll get there.
Don't stop now.
I'm not stopping.
You're 3 feet from goal, isn't it?
I'm not going to stop. No, not at all. No. There's been some times where I've wanted to throw it out the window, but
yeah.
But
I know that feeling.
But I've got a lot of good support behind me, so I'm not giving in.
Perfect.
So,
Thank
Elizabeth,
you for your time.
Elizabeth, what was your point? Sorry, John.
Well, I just want to say, I just wanted to ask Gary, if I've noticed that Elizabeth has got a similar query, but I just wanted to ask Gary, what is your niche? What is the problem that you're solving?
I'm a hairdresser, right? Okay, so I've been hairdressing for nearly 50 years.
Yes.
So I basically want to help women who are between the age of 45 and 65 who are going through the midlife, these menopause, hair issues, health issues regarding hair, because it isn't just the problem with what they're doing to their hair, it's also what their diet, their lifestyle, their nutrition, their hydration, areas where they live in the UK particularly, where the hard water or soft water. Just really end of the day, I think the thing is the process. Too many people, one, they're not getting enough advice within the salon. So they're going out trying to find something. I've had quite a number of people say, oh, what shampoo or conditioner will make my hair grow thicker and bigger and longer? It doesn't work like that. And so I want to try and educate people, make them more knowledgeable in the fact that they can do X, Y, Z and get better at it instead of going around in bloody circles and spending money, wasting their time.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, you got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 women on here. Have you talked to any women?
Well, I put an advert on within LaunchYou. Yes, I've done that. Not on here.
Gary, I'm gonna do something now for you. It's 17:33. So when I send the recording, go to 30 minutes in.
30 minutes, okay.
Yeah, and then cut the clip that you just said there, because it sounds so much more real, genuine, than some of the recordings that I've seen and some of the emails that I've seen, because I understand that it's so hard to type something genuine and you use the correct words and you try and structure it correctly and everything. But you just did a mini rampage there that was so much more powerful than 3/4 of the stuff that you put online. And if you just clip that out and edit it a little and shove that on Facebook, but put it out once or twice a week, not just once, and let's see what happens. Because Facebook is a funny thing. Your post goes up, and I promise you, look on your phone, within 12 seconds, it's gone.
Yeah.
So you can put that post up 10 times in the next 2 weeks. But if you just hammer on like you just went there, it was so genuine and so real. And if you can do more of those.
Yeah, and Gary, you actually have a market out there. Lisa, she typed in the chat immediately, sign me up. So I would recommend you to just schedule a call with Lisa and listen to what her issues is when it comes to this, because there you got your insight, right? But I agree with Mitch. You already have content for your first or other ad with just what you said, because we are multiple people nodding here. And yeah.
I mean, the thing is, Christine, I've got so much stuff in my system here of all the 46 years, particularly of my knowledge of hair health, right through the part through 80s, 90s, 2000s into 2000, blah blah blah. Now it's in here, and all I want to do is help people who are struggling with their hair, but they just keep going in circles, and that's it. But so yeah,
So we should do this, Gary. One of these days when you've got time and I've got time, drink 3 beers, and then phone me, call me up on a Zoom call. We'll record it, and I'm going to ask you stupid questions, or I'm going to get Vicky to ask you stupid questions, so that you can get angry with the answers and rage.
Yeah.
And if you can get 20 posts out of that, that's the nice sort of stuff to put on Facebook and YouTube, because that's interesting to follow, rather than, someone who says, have you got problems with your hair? That's very much skippable. But if someone comes in and rages, that's much more interesting.
I just think if I start raging online, they'll totally get stuffed.
It's a thing that people used to say. And there was one agency in London who was very good at it. And most of the time, marketing people try to please all the people all the time.
Sure.
And this one agency said, no, we're not going to bother with that. We're going to try and please 25% of the people and bugger the rest.
Yes.
Because that's a massive part of people. And so I buy into that, which is fortunate, because I don't have all these graces and things that other people have got.
Well,
thank you anyway.
Can I ask you one last question, Gary?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Do you have something ready already? A product, some kind of PDF, whatever?
Not yet. No. Again, it's something I've been looking at what to do about this. But I guess at the end of the day, I've just got. Crikey, at the moment also, I've got to get into using Launch 3 as well. So I've got to go back a bit to go forward ahead again. So that process is in my mind, and. Yeah, I think the thing is, there was about a week or two, maybe 3 weeks ago. And Mitch knows this. I was sinking in a bowl here. Where am I? What's going? I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm stuck. And like you say, Mitch is quite right. If I could actually say, like I'm talking to you, and like I've said, but of course it's very difficult to say that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because people, well, it's not hard to say it. It's kind of how people interpret it.
Okay, but what if you could take the recording,
and
or you can have a conversation with Lisa, for example, and you can ask her question and get insights from her, and if it's okay with Lisa, you can use that recording and send out to some people and ask, is this something that you struggle with? Could you recognize yourself in this problem? Right? Because I do have a solution for it.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, it's something I never thought of, to tell you the truth. Yeah.
And you could create a very simple lead magnet, for example, just on those few sentences that you said a couple of minutes ago. 5 ways to, or 5 things you need to think about when you are in menopause and you struggle with whatever you get, whatever happens to your hair during menopause. I have a lot of moisturizing products in my hair. You don't need more than that.
You're
5 tips how to, or 5 things you need to think about, right? And then start talking to people.
Elizabeth's come on there as well, so that's another one wants to have a chat with me as well. So it's great. I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, the thing is, it would encourage. Sorry, I'm taking up so much time here, but I would encourage me to see more people coming forward. It's the ones not coming forward. That's the ones that have been over the past few weeks when I try and get my offer out. So, but
yeah, Slap from Mitch. Gary, you got 10 people answered that email and said they wanted help.
Yeah.
5 of them made appointments with you. So take that excuse away and get on with it, mate.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Mitch.
Yeah.
That's my motivational speech.
I tell you what, that's like being hit across the face with a wet fish. That was.
I want to say something as well
Gary,
here.
if you share your email address in the
Yes.
chat right now, and you ask the people who said that, sign me up, or yeah, I would like to talk to you.
Okay.
Ask them to write you an email and
Okay.
book the appointments as soon as possible.
Fantastic. Good idea. Well done, you. Brilliant. Thank you much indeed.
Keep the momentum going.
Thank you.
And each one who emails you, you have to send me $50.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's always a catch.
Look, Gary.
Yes.
I've just while you've been chatting to the folks, right? I've
Yeah.
just had a look on Google Ads at the keyword planner,
Yeah.
and just in the UK alone. Now, this is not menopausal women, but hair treatment for hair loss, 10,000 to 100,000 searches a month. That's in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And then you've got all the other search terms down there: hair loss therapies, receding hair, effluvium hair loss, thinning hair, between 1,000 and 10,000 searches a month in English, in England. And if I take away the geographical targeting, it's between 100,000 and 1 million searches a month a year. So globally.
I know.
This
Not
is
bad,
your niche is enormous.
I know.
And if you narrow it down to these particular women, and they're in the UK and so forth, then the answer is to talk to them. We need what's called voice of customer. They call it VOC. Check it out with ChatGPT. All right. You can probably even get ChatGPT. Excuse me. VOC. VOC, voice of customer, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And you can also use ChatGPT or Claude and just prompt it to help you create a PDF with I have this knowledge, I'm trying to reach those kind of women. This is their struggles.
Yeah.
But first, have the conversation with the people emailing you, so you know exactly the words to use, right? Because that's where you hit your DCA, your dream customer avatar.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, good. I think you'll find it's all covered in the Launchpad, the MVO, the minimum viable offer. The idea is now that we test at very low cost in order to discover the niche. We don't decide that there's a niche.
Yeah.
What we do is we test different headlines and lead magnets and ideas and messaging in order to find the thing that actually connects with a real problem that you can solve. So yeah, look forward to your update on that, Gary.
I believe I've got it in there to help solve it for them. So
yes, yeah, good.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. I think Elizabeth has come out and sort of echoed your feelings. Would you like to come out, Elizabeth, and talk to us? Are you here?
Hi.
Hiya.
Yeah, mine's all about art and printing. And my avatar is a woman that doing the same that I went through a couple of years ago, just printing, and you end up with a stash of printed papers and don't know what to do with it. And it can stop you because, people say, well, what are you going to do with them? And that kind of stopped me for a while. And then I thought, well, then I started printing again. And now I just put them on everything. And tutorials that are out there now, they only do the printing process and talk about collage. And I don't know, I found that a bit boring because, no two prints are the same, so you can just keep printing. But I stick mine on things, like on furniture, and I make greeting cards and wrapping paper, and I even stuck them on a teapot the other day. And I just think it would be nice to encourage people. I mean, if other people are feeling the way I did, maybe they just need a little bit of encouragement or or to be shown through a video workshop that you can do other things with them, you know, like make a wall plaque, decorate a box,
Yeah.
all sorts of things. But I can't find any people.
So what was your struggles?
Well, when I've looked at the art groups, the printing groups, they all say to join you, you must not be self-serving. So it's really, so yesterday I had to think of another way of wording stuff, because I would have just been thrown straight out of all the groups, because I'm not supposed to benefit myself from it. So I worded it differently, and there was a school teacher on one of the groups. So I worded it, you know, maybe, you know, because you're running a class with children, maybe they would be interested in, and they could take something home. You know, would you like this video in exchange for some feedback? Maybe you can share it with your pupils. I just think I'm getting desperate now.
Yeah, I
Won't
think
you
you have.
explain? Sorry, go, Christin.
I think you have more of a salesy approach, and you, as you said, you're feeling quite desperate. But
At the moment that I need to maybe change it somehow, maybe not do a video, maybe just do something else, you know.
But
get
if I with my limited understanding in English and way to express myself, if I said to you, are you a midlife artist who want to create art
Yeah.
the old way but can't find and feeling is quite boring to see whatever you said the other ones created, right? If I said that, would you feel that I was talking to you?
Not anymore. But yes, I would have before. Yeah, I definitely would have before, and that's what made me think that some other ideas might be beneficial to someone. And it's not just about the art, it's a botanical art, botanical printing. So it's about the love of the garden, the plants, which plants have good surfaces for printing. It's, you know, just botanical stuff as well. So it can be quite chatty about, you know, how we love our gardens, and then we can move the print, the flower or the plant can be like a almost like a diary of your garden, because you know you're keeping some of it. It's a memory. So you know, I was talking about things like that as well.
So can I ask you, are you already in Launchpad?
Yes.
Yes. Have you started, are you in the Launchpad 3 beta group?
Yeah, I am, and I've just done the beta testing. Yeah. And we came with an idea that I do like a workshop, but the MVO offer should be like a video where I'm showing someone how to do the box, doing some printing, talking about, you know, why we love botanics, things like that, the health benefits, color theory, you know, all of that kind of things. While I'm doing the box, show them how to do it. So go and it said to showcase some of my work to start with, so that they can immediately see that you can put these prints on other surfaces. You don't have to stick to just your print. You can take elements of it and elements from different ones and make something beautiful with it.
Have you got some right there where you are?
Sorry?
Have you got some examples where you are? Because I'm struggling to grasp what it is exactly that you do.
I've just taken it all upstairs ready to film, but I've got one really crazy thing.
Sorry, she's gone now. I scared her right off. I'm not 100% sure exactly what's the offer.
My daughter was throwing a really boring old teapot out, and I rescued it, and I did this to it.
Right.
Oh, nice.
So that's with prints.
Okay.
like put them on the cheaper.
So that's
And I do candle holders and candle wrapping.
okay. Now I get it.
Is
So
it the technique you would like to teach other people?
just to inspire them, yeah, because what I'd be doing is talking about the love of plants and what we can do with them and how we can keep them as memories and things like that. I do cards and all sorts of stuff. But when I start printing, it just gives me another idea immediately. Like, why don't I make a calendar? Why don't I make a journal and sell that? Why don't I do this? My brain just gets so crowded. I'm a bit, I don't know what's wrong with me, but that's the way I work.
There's nothing wrong with you, Elizabeth. I do that too because I have 100 ideas. But here you can talk to Mitch because he actually have a program going for how to plan and keep focused.
But that card you held up, just hold it up again.
Oh,
Is that actual plants, or is that a drawing that you've done, or
of a piece of my sage? I don't know if you can see it very well.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Okay.
The piece of wild sage printed into the ink, the paint that I put on. But you can do like multi-layers. You can really, and this is the same. This started off as a piece of, on the jelly plate, and this is all pieces of tissue paper prints. It's all flowers and things, but they're all from scraps. You end up with all these. You end up with this stash, what we call a stash of papers, but you might not like all of them because you never know what you're going to get. With a jelly plate print, it's not precise like a lino print. So you might think, oh, well, that was all rubbish. But I look at mine again, and then I take the elements that I liked, and then I use them to make something else. So I wrap them around candles. I do the candle holders, wall plaques, anything. I'll just make something out of clay just so that I can decoupage it. No, if I haven't got an item, I will make an item and then I'll decorate it.
And so what will you be offering to people? Teaching them how to do that, or selling the stuff that you have made?
Oh, not selling it, just teaching them. The thing is, they've already started doing it, and then they've got to a position like I did, like, what am I going to do with it? Everybody was saying to me, oh, that's lovely. What are you going to do with it? As when there were still prints on paper. And I was thinking, oh, this is really annoying because I'm creating all this stuff and everybody's saying, oh, that's beautiful, that's wonderful. And apart from using it as wrapping paper or gift cards, and everybody was really happy with them, that pile gets bigger and bigger. So it's about motivating people or getting them to think, like, what can I do with that? You don't have to stick it in a frame. We've all done that. You can stick them in a frame, put them in a mount, frame them, hang them on your wall. Then you run out of wall space. What do you do then? Like I did. So, but it's finding the people that I'm having trouble with, because like the groups are the places where people like me exist, but I'm not allowed to self-serve. Otherwise I get thrown straight out. And so yesterday I was just thinking, oh God, what am I going to do? Change course? Don't know.
Yeah, Elizabeth, can I say something? Can I say something, please?
Yeah.
Right. So I've just, again, like for you, I've just gone onto the Google Keyword Planner, and this is just in the UK and it's just in the English language. Every month, gifts for gardeners, there are between 10,000 and 100,000 searches. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Are you with me?
Yes.
Are you with me? Are you with me? Okay. Now, just stay with me. Stay with me, please. So you said, I just want to make these people whatever. Right now there's a principle in sales and marketing that we cannot create demand. We do not create demand. That's not what we do. Okay. All we can do as marketers is identify demand that already exists in the marketplace and channel it onto our offer. Okay,
Right.
so we don't make people do anything. We discover what it is that people, what the demand is that's out there right now, and we tap into that. And we tap into that by identifying what it is with these very low cost offers. Now, the pay-per-click cost on those, on page 1 of Google search, gifts for gardeners search term, are 22 pence, right, at the moment in the Google keyword planner. So you can test different ideas. So there are between 10,000 and 100,000 people in the UK typing gifts for gardeners into Google every month, right? That's massive. You can place an ad, it will say sponsored. You can place an ad at the top of page 1 of Google search, and you don't even pay for it unless somebody clicks. They're called pay per click, PPC ads. And this is how we test. This is how we test ideas. It's one way. You can test them in social media, but if social media are not allowing you to promote, an offer, then maybe that's the way to go. Okay. So this is the way. You've got something here, which is, I would say I'm making a judgment call, but it's something special. It's something personalized, and there will be a way to monetize that without a shadow of doubt. But you've got to tap in to what already exists in the marketplace, rather than say to yourself and say to other people, "You've got to do this." Okay. I hope that doesn't grate too much with you, but that's my understanding of marketing.
Tell the truth, I'm loving doing Launchpad, absolutely loving it. I feel like I've been put down this route where I have to solve somebody's problem, when really what I originally wanted to do was sell my stuff. And okay, it's nice to promote, and inspire people, and things like that, but it wasn't what I was actually aiming for. And I just got so fed up yesterday. I thought, I don't know why I'm doing it. Not the course, I love the course, but I don't know why I'm doing this video that that AI got me interested in, and this workshop. Because what I actually recognize as an artist is, we don't have the same needs. We don't want to produce the same work. Everybody's ideas are very personal and quirky, and we don't all love the same thing. I mean, I can go to a gallery and just think, God, this is rubbish, So I don't expect people to necessarily like what I'm doing, but I feel like I've been led down that path. And I know that sounds a bit horrible.
Yeah, that's interesting to hear that your business exists at a kind of overlap, like a Venn diagram, if you like, of what you're good at, what you enjoy. And this is the bit that's crucial, where there's proven market demand. Okay, you validate the market demand with the posting, with the low cost pay-per-click ads. You spend a little bit of money testing different lead magnets, different ideas, different offers. Okay. That's the way that this works, and you must go your own route. Don't feel that if you feel that you're being funneled down a particular route, then I would bring that to supports awareness and say, this is not what I want to do.
It makes you do a whole lot of self-reflection, doesn't it? The course, having therapy in a way. And I was happy to do this, but then I thought, is this what I was 3 months ago? Because I just wanted to do my art and sell my art. And I feel like, and then I just say to myself, well, you're learning all the time, and you've got to go through this process to learn how to sell and market and everything else. You can't just, because that's the gap I had. I had lots of things I could sell, because I do got loads and lots of different crafts and painting and printing, but I still don't know how to sell. I don't know how to, you know, I know there's a big gap that I have no knowledge of. So that's why I'm going through LaunchYou to do that.
Elizabeth, let's have a chat later. I don't want to take over the whole thing, but be wary of chat. That's a broad warning to everybody, because chat finds a stream and off it goes. It really does. It really does. Who do you know who's successful in the market you want to be in? Is there an artist you want to emulate, or someone doing a similar kind of business?
Printers out there. There are loads of printers. I mean, and I've got some books from some printers, and I watch YouTube daily, printers.
Yeah. For example, I've just built a training program. And when I came to writing the copy, I gave it the instruction of the sort of copywriter I wanted it to follow. Because ChatGPT, I used ChatGPT and the one in Launchpad as kind of sparring partners. So Launchpad will say, do A, B, C, D, E. I'll go to Chat and say, I think I should do A, B, C, D, E. And Chat says, not so sure about that. Have you thought of this? And I just cut and paste that answer back into Launchpad. Right. And I let the two chats have a go at each other for a few minutes. And then you watch where the thing's going. And one of the things you've got to watch for is once in every 5 or once in every 10, I don't know the statistics, this chat thing decides it's got the right idea and off it goes. Really quite badly. You know, I've had to say to it, no, you're on the wrong path, A, B, C. And it goes, oh, yes, I see. I apologize. I go, well, that's no bloody use. You're guiding me down this thing, and now I've caught you out. So I find that finding a character or a person that I want to emulate and saying in the style of, or thinking that you were A, B, C, what would you do? You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get back on it and tell it what I really want.
Yeah, as the Spice Girls would say.
I've been in health all my life, and I still do, even in my 70s. But you get to be a people pleaser. You don't, you do what other people want you to do. So I think I've just let AI run off with me a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to be a bit more assertive. And
especially in that beta test, where there is, I would say, a leaning towards creating a course or creating something in that vein. And I don't know that they've got a lot of inputs into their thing about people who just want to sell product online. And as John was suggesting, there seems to be a huge market out there for people who go, God, what the hell am I going to get Wendy for her birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Yeah. That's quite nice. I'm going to send her a print of this, and I'm going to get some of that wrapping paper and send it in that, and I'm off. Job done. So it's a much more straightforward selling platform than a big emotional coaching platform.
I was even thinking of contacting some garden centres with some
brilliant idea.
With some of my work, just photographs of my work, and thinking, would you be interested? Would this be like good enough standard to, sell it? Because I went to my local one the other day, and it was like half of it, like the gift cards that were nothing to do with botanics, and it's a garden centre. Yeah. The wrapping paper was nothing to do with botanics. And I thought, well, mine would look nice on that shelf.
I don't know that there's a garden centre out there that would refuse sale or return. I know it's if you made 30 sheets of wrapping paper and 10 this, and then put them in the garden centre and say, I'll come back in a month, let's see how this goes.
And botanical prints, I do a lot of botanical prints, but I used to just gift everything because I had them. They're all over my walls. They're up my staircase, and then you just give them away as gifts, So everybody gets something handmade from me, whether they want it or not. But yeah, I think I need to change tack. Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit. Be maybe tell AI what I want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's there to serve you.
Yeah, I mean, it did in a way, and it is. I mean, it was, you know, because I said, you know, can inspire people to put the prints onto products, and then they can either keep them, gift them, or use print on demand. I mean, I use print on demand for my stuff. And I thought just a little trigger for people to know that they can move their art forward, or make a calendar for somebody with it. I think I need to change my tack.
Okay. I'm going to send you an email and we should have a chat later.
Thank you.
There's lots of ideas coming up in the shared bit as well. I'm going to try and cut and paste them. John, you carry on while I do my homework here.
Yeah, well, I was just kind of thinking that, I mean, I know you want to, I know obviously you want to do something that you're good at and something that you enjoy, but you might, all I'm suggesting is you might need to be a little bit flexible on that, because you also need, you also need the overlap with validated market demand. Okay, you need those three things in place. And then it's no longer a job or a chore. Okay, then it's an extension of who you are.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, doing the course has actually made me produce more artwork, because the course or the artwork are in my brain constantly. So if I'm feeling frustrated with the course, I'll go up in my studio and just bang out a load of prints. So it's actually made me produce more. And I do understand I have to have those skills, and you know that LaunchYou teaches you, and they're vital. They're very vital, because I know nothing about business. I can just do art. I can't do business. I've got gaps to fill, you know.
Yeah, the starving artist. That's a phrase, isn't it?
I'm 73 and I still go to work. I do live-in care, and that in itself is a little problem, because I'm away from anything for 2 weeks at a time. So I've literally just taken 8 weeks off, and then thought, hang on, I'll end up using my budget that you know, for what I want to do, I'll end up using it to live on. So I'm going to go back to work again after 8 lovely weeks off.
Yeah, well, we wish you well with that. And I mean, the thing that AI can help with, without a doubt, is actually generating different ideas for you once it understands, you know, you well enough. And you know, there's, as I said before, there's this concept of the MVO, the minimal viable offer, which you'll be able to test, and you'll be able to test that either by posting organically onto social media platforms, or running extremely low cost ads on page one of Google search or Facebook, or, you know, again, one of the search engines or platforms. And that's the way you'll get to the bottom of this. Okay. And identify where there's demand for this thing that, you know, I'm going to do. And then you can start to scale it and develop it, and, you know, turn it into an income stream.
Yeah, I think
that's the way.
I just got to a point where I was thinking, am I really doing what I want to do? Because, you know, Launchpad was saying, do videos and then do a 2-hour workshop video. And I was thinking, did I want to do that? I felt like I was sort of led to it, where my brain was going. Maybe later I'd want to do an ebook about jelly plate printing. Maybe I'd want to do calendars and all sorts of different things. But my brain, before I started Launchpad, my brain never went to that, you know, do videos. I don't mind doing art videos. So I think I need to sort myself out a bit. But your idea about
okay, all right, well,
was good. Sorry,
say that again, Elizabeth.
Sorry, I've taken up a lot of time. I just had to get it off my chest.
That's all right, Elizabeth. I'll send you an email and then we'll chat later in the week.
Thank you.
I can't do it on Monday or Tuesday, but we'll chat after that if that's okay.
That's great. Thanks.
Okay, well, look, we've run a little bit over the top of the hour, and we're keeping Christine from her family time at the weekend. So I don't know whether there's any last questions or matters arising that are coming up now for you. I can't see anything else in the chat at the moment. If there are, then I suggest you drop either Christine, myself, or Mitch an email, okay, and we'll attend to those inquiries outside of this call. And I think we're going to sign. I think we're probably going to sign off for now. We'll be back in a month. Guys, Mitch, Christine, you want to say something to the folks gathered here?
No, I think I've said enough. I wish you all best of luck. And of course, if there's anything, just send me an email if I can help with anything. So, yeah.
That's very kind. Thank you, Christine. Appreciate that. And Mitch?
I'm fine. Everybody knows how to get hold of me. Just do that. Just settle one thing. It's Christin, is it? Or Christine?
It is Christine. Actually, in Norwegian, we pronounce it Christine. But I know that in English, when you are supposed to say Christine, you're supposed to have an E at the end. But yeah, I say Christine. But I respond to everything except from Christian. I draw the line there.
Okay.
It's official. It's Christine. Thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for being here. The recording will be with you probably within 24, 36 hours, something like that. And yeah, we'll see you again in a month's time. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Christine. Appreciate you all being here. Over and out.
Bye.
It's all.